What's going on, guys? Alan here from Gods of Wall Street. In this video I'm reviewing my new and updated US30 robots. It's no longer called the Antidote, it's called US30 Anomaly. Anomaly simply means something that deviates from what is standard, normal, or expected. And that's what this robot does, guys. That's what this robot brings to the table. Something not standard, something beyond the normal. Okay, so this backtest will be from June 2020 till date, guys, 2022 April 9th. Okay, so we are trading it on the 1 minute chart. 1 minute chart there. Let's check the parameters for the backtest. Initial deposit is $1,000. Okay, so positions long and short, we are taking both buys and sells with this robot. Okay, let me start the backtest. Okay, let's change the properties for the charts. Black and white, it's more clear. Candlesticks, let's use candlesticks. Show us climb. Okay, show period separators. Remove the grid. Okay, so these are just parameters for the backtest. Okay, and the backtest has started 8th June there, 9th June. Okay, so there are a lot of questions I'll be answering in this video, and I'll be shedding more lights on many questions that you guys have been asking me concerning the robots. Okay, so there will be a trade there. We trade the day opening for US30. Okay, so TP was missed there by a pip, but the market just has to come down to hit our take profits. Okay, these are days when traders get worried when the market is moving away from their take profits, but this robot has an affinity for take profit. What I mean by that is we'll be hunting take profits the way market makers hunt retail traders stop losses. That's how we'll be hunting take profits. So that's the first trade there, 17.2. We've increased take profit by 2 from 1,000 to 2,000. For those who've been trading with me, know that for a lot size of 1, we used to have profits of 8, but now we've doubled the take profits as a balance line there. Okay, so we've doubled the take profit by 2, and then we've reduced the stop loss by half. And we've doubled the take profit by 2. That means we've reduced the risk by 4 times. It's simple math. Increase take profit by 2, reduce stop loss by half. Okay, so that's a third trade there. As I said, we'll be hunting take profits the way market makers hunt retail traders stop losses. So this robot has got an affinity for take profits. It's almost just like a magnet, where like a trade opens and the market is moving towards the take profit. The market will be moving towards the take profit every time a trade opens, except for a few bad days whereby we are in drawdown and all that, or we hit stop loss and all that. But you see, let's see how the backtest goes. That was a quick trade there. Okay, so people were asking, when does this robot trade? Okay, so we trade the day opening of the US30 markets. The currency markets, the currency robot trades the day opening for currencies, but for this one we trade the day opening for US30. The difference between this one and the currency robot is that for this one we are taking both sells and buys. That's a buy trade there. As you can see, that's a buy trade. Okay, that's a buy trade. So we are taking both buys and sells with this guy. and it's super consistent. But since it's super consistent, that doesn't mean that you should risk more than you are willing to lose. Only risk capital is allowed to trade, guys. If you're using borrowed money and all that, you shouldn't do that. That's against the rules of the game. Only use risk capital and you enjoy trading. Only use risk capital and you enjoy trading, guys. Okay, so we've got 6 trades so far. We started from 1,000 there. Okay. That's the balance line. Okay. So with these robots, let me point out one important feature for this robot. Since this robot trades the market open for US30, I'm going to increase the speed so that the backtest finishes fast. I don't want this video to be longer than 20 minutes. So let me increase the speed for the backtest there. But don't worry, we'll review the trades as soon as it's done. When it's done, we'll review the trades trade by trade, and then you see all these trades and all that. Okay, so one important thing I want to mention is that this robot trades the US30 market open. And the US30 market open opens 1 hour after the currency market opens. So in Central African time, the currency market is currently opening at 23 hours, meaning the US30 market will open at 24 hours. So now what Nasdaq and US30 and all these US futures index and all that, they close for an hour. So at 23 hours Central African time, the US30 market will close and it will open at 24 hours 00. Okay, we are up 3,700 there. So the US30 market will close for 1 hour. From 23 hours, US30 will be closed and it will only open at 24 hours at 00 Central African time. So now what happens is that when you've plugged in these robots to the US30 charts, this robot will go into hibernation. In fact, OEAs, when the market is closed, they go into hibernation and all that. So now, since we're trading the first minute, the first second of the US30 market open, it will mean that when the robot is in hibernation and then the US30 market opens at 24 hours, the robot will be in hibernation. That's a loss we took there. I said, I think I forgot to mention that I was risking half of this account. Half of the initial balance. So I was risking 500. Okay, so that's the balance line. We'll now check the trades. Okay, so as I was explaining, okay, trade there. On this day we never had the trade. Don't get worried when there's no trade, guys. There will be days like that. A few days like that. Okay, so as I was explaining, when the US30 market closes for that 1 hour and your robot is plugged onto the US30 charts, it will go in hibernation. So what you have to do is that a few minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to US30 market open. Okay, so as you can see, we are trading 0101 time. 0101 is like 2401. It's like 24:00:01 CAT. That's when this market will be opening. So okay, and there we are the gap between November and April. We are the gap there. This is a 1 minute chart, guys. It's got some gaps here and there. But I'm going to show you most of the trades so that you get an idea of how this robot trades. We'll go trade by trade. You'll be seeing them as I explain to you. Okay, so from market open, from the closing of the US30 market, because the US30 market closes every day it closes for an hour, including Nasdaq 100 closes for an hour. So now when it opens at 00 CAT, the robot would have been in hibernation because the market is not moving. When the market is not moving, robots go in hibernation. So now when the market opens at 0101, the robot will start rebooting. And then it will take a few seconds. So by the time the robot will finish rebooting, the 0101 time would have passed, because we are trading 0101 brokers time, 0101 brokers time. Central African time is 24:01. So now we'll be missing trades if the robot is rebooting, but then there's a solution for that. Check the trades, guys. Check the trades. They are very TP is almost instant. Okay, so the solution to that is a few minutes to market open, meaning a few minutes to 24 hours or 24:01, a few minutes before that, you have to unplug the robot and plug it back in. Let's say 15 minutes to market open, to US30 market open. You just plug the robot out and plug it back in. If you are using a VPS, you even go back to sleep. You find a trade in the morning. Because what that does is that when you plug it out and plug it back in, what that does is that the robot will come out of hibernation, or it will be rebooted a few minutes before market open. This trade took some time, including this one. It took about 2 days. It was a big drawdown, but there will be few days like this. Okay, so as I was explaining, a few minutes to US30 market open, you plug the robot out and plug it back in so that it reboots in advance, so that when the US30 market opens, it doesn't come out of hibernation and it starts to reboot and we miss that window. The 0101 window is very critical. We cannot afford a robot booting at that time because we'll be missing trades. So you have to plug out the robot and plug it back in 10 minutes before market open or 15 minutes before market open, and then you leave your computer running, connected to the internet, and then at that time at 00 CAT, 0001 CAT, the robot will take the trade. Okay, this trade took some time. Let's see the drawdown. For this trade. It took about 2 days. For this trade. Because this is when clients start calling me. They start calling me to ask what's going on. 16,000. It was 8 times. This drawdown was 8 times bigger than our take profits. My robot clients will start calling when they see a drawdown like this for 2 days. It's normal, guys. It's normal. Even this one had a small drawdown, including this one had a small drawdown. So there will be trades like that, guys. There will be trades like this. Whereby you wake up in the morning and it's still running. You don't have to panic. These are small drawdowns. They look big like this because they are taking out of hours, but they are small drawdowns. there'll be bigger ones which will be hitting take stop loss and what, but that will be rare. It has only happened once with this robot, as you saw it. Most of them are instant like this. There's an affinity for take profit with this robot, as I was explaining. And this is a trade which hit our stop loss. The market was very volatile this day and the market was crashing. Check it in the higher time frame, 19th July 2021. 19th July 2021. The market was crashing. I don't know, there were fundamentals, I guess, but you never know when a day like this is going to happen. You never know. Even me, I don't know that we will take profit on this day, because if we knew, we wouldn't be making losses. But most trades will be instant, as you've seen. So guys, what's important with this robot, the critical thing is this: a few minutes before market open, just plug the robot out, whether on your VPS or laptop, and plug it back in. Once you plug it back in, it would have rebooted in advance, because it takes about 45 minutes for this robot to go in hibernation. So 10 minutes before US30 market open, you plug it off and plug it back in. That means it won't go into hibernation until the market opens. It won't go into hibernation until market open. That's a trick. Okay. Otherwise, this is the consistency, guys. You've seen now why we're calling it the anomaly. This is not normal. Being consistent like this, guys, whereby you're consistently hitting take profits every day like this, is not normal, and that's what this robot brings to the table. This robot brings to the table super consistency, just like all my other robots, whether it's the currency robot, the NAS 100 robots we used to trade in the back, the VOT 75, they were all the same. Okay, so from 1000 to 4000 with a constant lot size. Take note that we are using a constant lot size there, because this is a strategy tester and there's no provision to be increasing the lot size with a strategy tester, with MT4 strategy tester. So we'll end here, guys. I would have shown you all the trades, but I don't want this video to be longer than 19 minutes or 20 minutes and that, because some of you won't watch when it's for 5 minutes. When the video is for 5 minutes, most of you won't watch and you miss some important information. So that's a critical thing, guys. Plug the robot out, plug it back in a few minutes to market open. Okay, so profit factor there 8.69, absolute drawdown 204, as you can see. Largest profitable trade 17.9, average is there. Check all those details, guys. Check all those details. This is the final report for the backtests. You can check the relative drawdown 21% there. Long positions won 122, short positions won 145. So with this robot we have more sales. We have more sales than buys. Buys are 122. Shorts are 145. Okay, so this is a robot, guys. It's got the affinity for take profits, guys. It's super consistent. The only thing required of you with this robot is to plug it out and plug it back in a few minutes to market open. No more analyzing charts. The only thing you have to do is simple, guys. Plug it out and plug it back in. That's the only price for consistency you have, guys, apart from the subscription fee and all that. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, guys. Cheers. Thanks for watching once more.